My name is Dr. Von Crazy, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X. Last time, we finished up all of, My name is Dr. Von Crazy, and welcome back to more Xenoblade Chronicles X. Last time, we fought Gizong. For the last time, until he wants to duel again, I suppose. And this time I want to talk to Sumbarak. I would greatly appreciate your patience while I explain my plight. I understand this is sudden, and any hesitance on your part is natural. Casual small talk to ease tension and build rapport has never been my strongest suit. Yeah, same. New LA's provisional government is poised to accept a representative for the city's xenoform residents. Oversight for the election of this individual has been entrusted to the Orphan. At present, we have asked the Manon and Nopon populations to put forward a candidate chosen by internal consensus. It is there that things went awry. The Manon took to the political process most eagerly, and their candidate, a fellow named Adapian, presently leads the race. However, the policy platform Adapian has proposed is quite beyond our comprehension. All food reserves are to be converted to pizza. Payment for all contracts is to be made in pizza. He also proposed a pizza tax to be levied upon all pizza-based transactions. Most people aspire to be broad-minded inclusiveness, but I'm afraid this platform simply does not reflect the desires of all New LA's non-human residents. Yet Adapian is adamant. He's taken his policies for fait accompli and has begun buying up pizza parlors all over the city. The Ova within me cries out that something must be done to avert this disaster. Which brings me to my point. It appears that dissuading Adapian at this time will be quite impossible. So we have decided to undermine his campaign. I understand how this action could seem to violate the sanctity of the democratic system. However, we also fear that allowing our first elected official to represent us so poorly is an equally unacceptable option. I wonder if I might not have your assistance in this. Do you have any less underhanded ideas? Other ideas? Certainly we have considered them. For instance, we thought of using the nature of Orphean reproduction to multiply until we became an unbreakable voting bloc. But heedlessly increasing our numbers presents a host of problems that my race would very much prefer to avoid. In this case, forcing the Manon to stand down is in the best interests of all races. We plan to depose Adapian using drugs. Please do not mistake our intentions. We aren't about to poison anyone. The drug in question is a traditional Orphean compound that does judgment and makes the subject adopt an extremely positive outlook. To put it simply, it makes them agree to literally anything. And who would trust a politician willing to say yes to anyone and anything? Though frankly, I trust the sense of anyone who trusts a politician proposing something called a pizza tax. But I digress. Yes, that is absolutely fair. I don't know how the Manon block is letting this guy get anything done. As an example of our plan, we might propose that the pizza tax be banned forever, in which point he would immediately voice his support. He would lose all of his erstwhile supporters and his campaign would be dead in the water. This is the sort of scenario we envision. You can assist us by gathering the ingredients required to make this compound. The two ingredients we currently lack are oh boy, Cybercacerus mushroom and 5 sturdy drake bones. I would ask that you gather those ingredients and return here to me. I do not think it an overstatement to say this mission has major ramifications for all Mira citizens. Let us bend the path ahead into a better future for all. Let's do that. I probably have everything I need. No problem at all.
Perfect. These are indeed the ingredients we need. We shall begin crafting that compound immediately. The process is short. I shall return in but a moment. Thank you for your patience. The drug is complete. Now that all that remains is to have adipine ingested. Thankfully, it is tasteless and odorless by nature, so slipping into his food seems to be the most sensible method. Though breaking into a man's home presents its own share of difficulties. Not to mention the scandal if such an effort were discovered. I think it would be extremely helpful to have a grasp of the man's daily habits. We could observe him to see if a convenient opening exists, a habit of eating out, etc. If I could impose upon you the task of determining the best timing and method to introduce the drug into his food, I would be most grateful. Fail, and we all face a tyrannical age of pizza, the likes of which sentient life has never known. The future of civil society hangs in the balance. Please accept this noble mission.
Indeed. It looks like this is another damned info gathering mission, huh? Oh well. Wait, hold on. Oh, you just find him at various times. I guess this is any... Oh, it's any objective. Yes, so I could find him, like, it's noon now, so I can go to Ichamel Hills. Aha, I see, for he is not eating. This seems less helpful than I'd hoped.
I'm feeling great after that pizza breakfast at Rosemoss. There's nothing like one of their pies to prepare for a hard day on the campaign trail, you know?
Ah, so seeing him at the other locations gets you hints as to where he will be at the morning that you need to find him at. So I need to go to the commercial district and change it to morning. Alright, 8 o'clock, a reasonable time to have breakfast. There you are.
This morning's breakfast pizza was amazing, wasn't it? Now I'm all fueled up for a day of saucy speeches. Who are you? A supporter here to cheer me on, maybe?
Debate? I suppose I could, but let's just say, here, have a new pizza topping. Get him to put it on the pizza himself.
Oh wow, that does look tasty, doesn't it? Well, go ahead and sprinkle it on, and don't be stingy. The new topping is going to be awesome, isn't it? I can't wait to try it. Huh? That new topping doesn't have any flavor, does it? It also smells like nothing. Which means my pizza tastes great like it always does, right? Now I'm super full and supercharged to go about the people's business. Time to go to the big fountain on East Melville Street and start preparing my big speech. We have nothing to fear but a lack of pizzas, yes? That's just a taste. Get it? Yes, taste pizza? Anyway, see you later, friend. Or sooner if you're a supporter coming to listen.
It would still be later if we meet at a later time at the fountain that you claim to be doing your speech at. Speaking of said fountain, let's go there now and see about speeches. And see how much the Orpheans bother him.
Fellow Manon, lend me your ears, okay? Humans are great most of the time, but some of them like to make fun of us Manon, right? Well, never again if you elect me to represent you. I'll advance our agenda aggressively and effectively, you know? They'll never underestimate us again! But yes, there are those who will foolishly claim that pizza is not the answer to every problem, won't there? They will demand that we abandon our pizza platform in favor of laissez-faire economics, whatever that is. But my response to them will be both firm and clear, won't it? Will we compromise our vision? Will we budge on even one single inch from our goals, maybe? Yes, we will! They'll be seeing we're making a mockery of politics, won't they? But are we? We sure are! They'll say men on are wholly unqualified to lead, no? But are we? Absolutely, yes! They'll say a system of government built on pizza is ridiculous, yes? But is it? Yes, it is! And it's that unwavering conviction that will force New LA's government to embrace our policies, isn't it? Can you hear me in the back? Is this thing on even? What's wrong? Why all the awkward looks?
Yeah, it seems to have gone over pretty well. Let's head back to the man on ship and report to the Orphe. Yo, everything went... interestingly, at least.
I have awaited your return, O harbinger of light to our dark future. Everything has gone perfectly thanks to your efforts. A fleet of reporters mobbed Adapin after his speech. You can imagine the results when he eagerly confirmed every suggestion they threw out. I feel sorry for the fellow, of course, but this is for the future of all. We Orphe will remember his sacrifice always.
Oof, that is a raw line.
Now that Adapin has dropped out, the Norpon representative has finally begun campaigning in earnest, after much urging from us. He shall be giving his first speech here today. I hope you'll attend to hear what he has to say. Ah, here we are. I believe he is set to begin. This is Kokopo, Kopopo, the Norpon candidate.
Ahem. Hello, one and all. Kokopo is representative of Nopon. If Kopopo elected to serve on provisional government, he do many fine things. First thing Kopopo do is establish Nopon tax. That mean all Nopon shopping in New LA pay negative 80% tax rate. This daring new policy is sure to bring massive economic growth to Nopon. Government by Nopon of Nopon for Nopon. This promise of Kopopo. And by promise, Kopopo mean thing forced on everyone else. So vote for Kopopo! Yay!
I do not even have words! This is no better than the Monon platform! Perhaps it was my expectations that are unreasonable. Even if the specific rhetoric is a bit unbalanced, having someone with the government advocating for xenoform rights and issues was what really matters. It is the dialogue that emerges from this process which will guide the future of the city's governance. But what are your thoughts? Is the Norpon a viable candidate?
Let's just say I really hope someone gets ranked choice voting in this election.
Us, rather than the Norpon. That is not... We have never considered such a thing. My race represents an extremely small minority. I am afraid we simply cannot expect the same volume of votes as a man-on or Norpon candidate. The fact is what forced us to adopt the more indirect measures. If I thought the support was there, it might be something to consider. However, it feels like a less than realistic hope. Though now that it is on the table, would you mind asking some of the city's residents how they would feel about the prospect of an Orphean representative? I would very much appreciate it. If enough support is present across racial lines, we will accept that the will of the people and announce our candidacy.
This is the part of the mission that I remember being info gathering. And oh boy, it's definitely an info gathering section. I will find the guys hopefully in less than several days. Oh, there's one! If Kopopo become our representative, the Nopon might take over New LA. Don't you think we should put a rational xenoform in control? Maybe an Orvian? That's one vote of confidence. Well, I don't want it to be raining for this. It was just nice and atmospheric during the battle. There we go. They have their quirks like every Xeno race on this planet, but the Orphe are free of greed and gluttony. So overall, I have a good impression of that. Oh boy, the industrial district is gonna be terrible, isn't it?
Hey.
Aha! The Xeno representative should be an Orphean. Perhaps, preferably one who's willing to listen to the opinions of all the other xenoforms. That's all three of them. And that should be enough shows of support that, the guy will enter the race.
Hey.
I am legitimately this bad with names in real life as well. There are only like 10 people that I actually know the name of. Oh, this guy's still here. Are you still going on about things? Kopopo also sent massive bribe to all big officials. Now no one win this race for sure. And then we change rules to favor us more. Maybe even change name of this city to Nopon LA. What a great politician. Just straight up admitting to bribes. Awesome. Very American.
I have eagerly awaited your return. What did the people have to say? Truly, they hold us in such high regard. I see. To back away now would be an insult to those who place our faith in us. And an insult to you as well, considering how much your support you offered at every stage in the process. We will not let those efforts go to waste. We will match them with our own. Very well. We shall strive to do our best to fairly represent all of our fellow xenoform citizens of New LA. Assuming an Orphean is elected, of course. And we will also dedicate ourselves completely to this campaign, beginning today. We only seek for a brighter future for all races, humans included. I swear to you, the Orphe shall spare no effort in achieving this vision.
And there we go. I hope that will go well for him. Well, he hasn't left. What's he gonna say? What about recent developments? Nothing about recent developments, huh? Well, hell. I guess I'm not hearing about how that went anytime soon. Oh well. Of course, there are some people who prefer blatant bribery and corruption. These people are idiots, but I'll indulge them anyway.
Right then, we shall just have to keep faith that we have done the proper thing. And naturally, sending Kopopo as our government representative is not the end of our efforts. All of us shall continue to support his work, regardless of race, both to further establish our rights and to foster a deeper partnership with humans. Your efforts in making this possible have been most commendable. I thank you on behalf of all New LA xenoforms. Thank you.
And that does it. The man on candidate was taken care of, and a Nopon candidate was chosen instead. Anyway, with that done, next up I want to talk to Philoron here. We successfully immigrated to New LA thanks to your help, Dr. Von Crazy. And I know you have aided many of my kind since. This is true. You speak with confidence and sincerity. No doubt that is why we place trust in you so readily. I truly believe you are the only one to whom we can entrust this task. Please help us learn the true face of Golbogga. What exactly is Golbogga? We've only heard a little bit about it. Golbogga was a divine being who existed on our homeworld of Bedouin. We are taught that he bathed the planet in a sea of voltant before giving birth to our ancestors. I have been conducting research around the clock to uncover the nature of this holy entity as he existed before the day of regrowth. Yet most evidence of Golbogga's civilization was lost.
dissolved in the sea of Voltant. However, I have recently learned that someone here on Mira bears a piece of Golbogga's legacy. I would ask you to go and accept that article from them. What do you say? Will you accept this task?
Let's see about that.
Thank you. The article is currently in the hands of a Zarrubogan named Tolorula. He is a heretic. When we fled the ganglion, he refused to accompany the rest of us, preferring instead to live alone in Kaltros. I do not know what he will demand in exchange for the article, but I ask that you would secure it by any means necessary. That record of the lost civilization before ours could become the key to untold discoveries. It could reveal the secrets of my kind's origin and more. You must help us know our roots.
All the way to Kaldros, huh? This mission can be fairly annoying on the Wii U version, since level 55 and above enemies can attack you no matter your level in that version, since the max level is 60. Meaning that they'll just always attack you here, because there's plenty of them that have the sight ability.
Now I've begun seeing things. But why would I see a mirage human of all things? Very strange.
So I'm not a mirage, actually.
And now the mirage is explaining its own existence, and rather lucidly at that. Fascinating. Haha! I won't be fooled. If you think I'll go believing people exist with zero evidence to support it, you have confused me with my brethren.
What do you mean by that? Do you not think I exist? Can you explain yourself, man?
Well, if you're not vanishing, I may as well hold on long enough for one last conversation. Why have you come here, Mirage? What? You want me to hand over Golbogga's legacy? Awfully presumptuous for an illusion. But fine. Bring me a Zerto diamond packed full of highly condensed Voltant and it's yours. I stole it from their cathedral to prove Golbogga never existed. But I don't suppose it matters now. If I don't devoltize soon, that and my other ambitions I hold will die with me.
Yeah, there's no way I have one of those. That's probably Sylvalum somewhere, right? Yep. Oh, it's in the Ganglion Fortress for some reason. This'll be simple enough. They just left it lying on a rock wall for some reason. Yeah, I'll just be taking that now. From the eerily shining crystal, let's head back to Slavebird Isle. To be fair, if he had died from not being voltantized, we probably could have just taken the proof.
Oh, can't go on. What? Strong voltant waves nearby?
Have a Zerto diamond.
Oh, I feel raw voltant filling every inch of my body. It's the raw force of a true Zerto diamond. No! Huh? You're the mirage I saw. Wait, did you bring me this?
Yes, and I would like the legacy now, please.
It seems you really do exist after all. Which means I'm bound to honor my promise. The disc is what you're after, yes? It is yours by rights. Though I still don't understand why a human would desire such a thing. What? Felleron sent you? Huh, if I'd known that, I wouldn't have handed it over so easily. Perhaps it's not too late, though. For you see, if a Golbogga fanatic like him gets his hands on that, he'll spread dangerous rumors. So just hand it back to me.
Do that and I'll prove for once and all that Golbogga doesn't exist. Oh, I'm curious. What do you have against Felleron? He's a liar! He demands that all believe in his precious Golbogga when it's clearly a fantasy. My claim was scientific. I said Zarrubogan gradually evolved from microorganisms floating in Voltant. But those zealots called me a heretic and silenced my work. So I stole this disc from their grand cathedral on Berdund in order to have my revenge. Actually, could I possibly get you to help me unlock its contents? You and I shall expose Felleron's lies together. How would we do that? I'm thrilled to hear it. The other Zarrubogan has always shunned me as a pariah, so you are the first ally I've ever known. You have to find a Zarrubogan called Killeron. He should be able to break the encryption which locks this disc. Once we're inside it, we'll finally have proof that Golbogga never existed. Right, who the heck is Killeron, and why is he over here? Isn't that under the level 60 Tyrant? Oh, speaking of the level 60 Tyrant, I was taking care of some normal enemies nearby, and I've accidentally aggroed him. Whoops! Well, in that case, shoot it with my gun? That's not quite enough, but it's not like I'm likely to lose from this point. Let's see if I can get to the front so I can get the bonus damage on my Viper Flail. Maybe not. Let's send an Avatar Missile. Get you some blaze, hopefully. No blaze, unfortunately. But now I'm at the front, so... boop. Got him. Right. Right, in that case, now that big man's out of my way, let's talk to Killeron. That guy will aggro you if you're in a Skell, but it doesn't target you on the ground, so it's best to just brave the horrible poison stuff to get over here if you don't have an Ares 90. Or something else that can take care of the big guy. Don't see many humans around these parts. What brings you here? Some nasty Indians make their home here. Isn't the sort of place one comes without reason. I was looking for you, actually. Also, what are you doing here? Yeah. I travel the planet mapping Voltant dispersion. That data is crucial to carrying out the mission Golbogga has given us. And you? Yeah, I'm looking for someone to encrypt this weird disk I found. Ah, they want the disk encrypted. May I see it a moment? It's not a model that is familiar to me. I should be able to open it up, though. It shouldn't take too long. I hate to make this quid pro quo, but if you happen to go hunt the Zedon Soto, stalking the area while you're waiting, I'd appreciate it. That thing has nearly had the better of me a few times now during my surveying. It's a real pain. I promise I'll have this disc unlocked and waiting by the time you get back. Do you mind? Right, I can get rid of your thing problem. Where's my Skell, man? There it is. I'll just take that, and it'll only take one shot.
Here we go.
Boom.
Fire!
Easy peasy. Got your thing done for you. You got him? Blessed day. Now I can finally make some real progress with my survey work. And as luck would have it, I just finished up your disk. Your decrypted disk is ready to go. It looks like it holds data on Berdund before the day of regrowth. It may offer just a glimpse at the face of Golbogga, the creator himself. I'll admit that I'm curious. So am I.
For humans, intellectual curiosity is a wonderful thing. You're even interested in the history of others. But I'm afraid that's one truth I don't have the courage to learn. I ask that you wait and reveal it to a Zarrubogan who does. Now if you'll excuse me, I still have a lot of land to survey. I pray you always watch in Golbogga's grace. I'm sure I will. Before I head out, though, I believe yes, around here. Since I got that level 60 out of my way, it was sitting on this teleporter. And that takes us inside this construct. I don't know if there's anything special here. Ah, there's a treasure here. Lovely. Let's see if I can actually find a way in. Oh, it's only got a friend, but I don't care about them. Let's just take the treasure. Plenty of credits in battle. Oh, extend overdrive X? Reflect ether! Wait, there's a reflect ether just in the field? I actually didn't know about that. I thought you had to get that from the freaking Telethia, man. That's really good. Oh, I'm glad to have that. That's awesome. Anyway, with that done, let's head back to the Slave Bird Isle for the third time this episode. And with all that squared away, it's finally time to unravel this mysterious mystery. Here is your disc wherever you are. Ah, comrade, friend, did you manage to get that disc unlocked? Yes, excellent. It appears to be completely accessible now. Now to pull back the curtain and reveal this conspiracy for the lie it is. We'll tear down the false idol of Golbogga that stood for millennia, and those fraudulent zealots who uphold him with it. Toluera, the finest Zarrubogan biologist in history, will at last drag the truth kicking and screaming into the light. Huh? What is this? This isn't possible. This... No, I won't accept it. My research proves that Zarrubogan evolved from microorganisms dwelling in Voltant. It proves! And why would Golbogga look like that? What is it that you require to accept, refuse to accept? If what this disc says is real, then Golbogga really did exist. There really was a prior civilization. And just before burying Baidoon in a sea of Voltant, they engineered us as a life form able to survive in that new era. But... then what about all my research? Was it all just a waste of time? That can't be the case! That isn't the case! But why does Golbogga look like a human? Who did this? How saw hair in the same form as Golbogga just to mock me? Go, be gone! Take this if it will make you leave! I'm not wrong, I know I'm not! Turns out Golbogga was, in fact, the creator of the Zarrubogans. Or are you planning to flood this planet with Voltan as before? Or will you create more warped life? What gives you the right? Do you interfere with natural evolution and reject its authority just so you can style yourself as gods? Humans aren't that narcissistic, please. No, everyone's trying to deceive me. I'm sure this disc is also fake. There is no creator. I wish all the Voltant on me would vanish and the Zarrubogan would die out. I can't! I can't!
He didn't throw himself off the cliff, did he? That kind of sounds possible, considering where he was going. I don't see anything that would point to that, but I don't imagine anything else. No, I don't see him anywhere. I mean, I might look it up and see if he shows up later in the game, but based on how he was running, it looked like he just jumped off the cliff. Anyway, now that that's done, of course, you might not want to give him the disc back. You're no different from others, Zarrubogan. Blindly believing in something nobody's ever seen. Fine, take it. But I'll tell you what, the only thing you're going to find there is that proof that Golbogga never existed. In that case, it's time to bring the disc back to Felleron. Did Tolerula cede Golbogga's legacy to you? Sure did. Ah, then this disc contains a record of the lost era of Golbogga. Sure does. My heart is racing. To think I will finally know the face of the one who gave us life. I will set about investigating its contents now. The long-concealed truths regarding Golbogga will soon be brought to light. Troubling. The disk is encrypted. It seems it can't be viewed in this state. I doubt anyone but Kileron could manage to get past something this complex. I am most truly sorry to heap favor upon favor, but could I ask you to show this disk to a Zarrubogan named Kileron and ask him to unlock it? He travels Mira performing voltant-geological surveys, so I'm afraid he won't be easily found. I apologize for the inconvenience, but please. We're but one final step away from learning the truth about Golbogga. From here, things play out the same as if you were talking to Toleura. So once you decrypted the disk, head back to Felleron. Well, did you find Kileron? Have you unlocked the disk? Ah, I see that its contents are visible now. Thank you so much. Petroka, I can promise that your name will go down in Zarrubogan history, alongside the results of this crucial research. I will start it up immediately. Oh my, this is Golbogga. I never dreamed to find such a wealth of information intact. What? This is the true face of Golbogga. But then... So, what have you learned? No. Apologies. Well, seeing the true face of Golbogga just came as something of a shock. Took a moment to process, but you deserve an explanation. Just give me a moment to compose myself. Yes. So this disc does in fact contain a record of Golbogga's appearance. It seems that many Golboggas existed in a previous civilization, and many types of them, what's more. But their appearance, those who birthed my kind and watched Badoon and Voltant they were nothing like us at all. In fact, they looked like humans. At present, I can't even begin to understand what the implications of that might be. I'll need to spend more time with the data on this disk first. Regardless, thank you for all your assistance. Here is your compensation. Take it with my compliments. And there we go. Turns out Zarrubogans were something like humans. Weird. And if I may, one final question before you go. Was your Earth blanketed in the same beauteous purity as Badoon? Not so much. There's a lot of nature on Earth. I see. So you had just begun your mission to shroud it in Voltant. Knowing you humans' determination, I am certain it would not have taken long. Hearing that suggests that similarities exist between your kind and our gods all the more. A thirst to dig up everything beneath the soil, then lay waste to all above it. And finally, in the end, to create us. Perhaps we ought to look to humans to refine their ways until they can become as a second race of Golboggas to my kind. This mission is really interesting, with Zarrubogans being revealed to be genetically engineered creatures designed to fulfill the purpose of purifying Badoon, presumably. I really like this mission. Mia's here in the commercial district playing with a nice little cat. How's it going, Chief? This is your kitty cat, right? Oh man, lucky. I wish I had a pet. I've never had one, not even when I was a kid. But I guess there's nothing stopping me now, huh? So what do you think I should get? No pun? No pun are all the rage now. Nah, cats are great. Come on. Huh? What do you mean a cat would suit me? Is it because I like playing with yarn? Because I do. But really, who doesn't enjoy a nice ball of yarn? Or it's because of my name. You know, Mia, meow. All the mechanics used to think it was so funny to say, well, meow, whenever I got angry. Yeah, no, I think a cat is too predictable. Well, I guess we'd have a lot in common. Still, I hear that I can't get any pet without official permission first. You've done all sorts of great things, Chief, so you probably didn't even need to apply for permission. But old Nia is starting from square one. That means I have to complete 1,000 blade missions and own a house, and that just gets me an interview. Not to mention that this little kitten is state-of-the-art precision piece of machinery. These things probably cost more than a car, right? I probably can't even afford one. You know what? When I feel lonely, I'm just gonna drop by and bug you at your floor of the barracks to pet your cat. PC in you, Chief, probably more than you'd like. Ah, Mia's adorable. I like her. But with all that done, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles X, there's still yet more normal missions to complete, and we'll be knocking one of those out next time. See you guys then.